Hello, good afternoon to you. Hope you are doing well, and good morning to you in the States if you're joining us. It's good to see you. Hope you've had a good trading week. We are here with another live stream at FTUK, and what an interesting week in the markets it's been, and what an interesting week in the prop industry too. We have an awful lot to get through today. I actually didn't think we'd have much to talk about at all, but yes, we really do have a lot to actually get through today. We're going to talk about the DX trading app that we have had in development here at FTUK. Got some news on that. Also, as well, there's a new checkout page that we've got on the website, and that is something that you might want to just cast your eye over. So we're going to fill you in on all of that. Plus, as well, I want to talk about a subject that's happened earlier in the week, quite a controversial subject, and it's really revolves around MatchTrade taking a stand. So I just want to put our point of view across when it comes to that, but I will get into all of that in a little while. We've got a couple of really good weekend offers for you, and then finally we've also got a workshop coming up as well. I got asked a question earlier in the week about trade expectancy. It's a key statistic and metric if you are a trader, so we're going to do a little workshop on that and get everybody up to speed with what it is and why it's important and why you need to care. But first, before we actually get there, if you have a look at our Discord, it's been pretty active over the last week or so. We've got a QR code in the corner there as well, so if you're not a member of our Discord, we've got a fantastic community. I think there's over 4,000 people in our Discord. So if you don't have a link to our Discord, all you need to do is scan that QR code, and you should be able to get into the Discord from there. So hello to everybody on Discord. Hope you've had a good trading week. Also, as well, if you are not part of our emailing list as well, that is something that you are definitely going to want to do, simply because we have lots of offers and lots of information that we pump out all of the time, every single day. And if you click on the link in the description section of the video on YouTube, you should see the link to our emailing list. Just hit that one and then just get to the landing page, and you can put your email in, and then from there you can subscribe to the newsletter, and you'll be getting lots of information that's really, really handy to you, and lots of offers as well that get sent out every single day. Okay, right, let's get on with what we need to do today. We've got quite a lot to get through. DX Trade is obviously a great platform for us now at FTUK. It's proving very popular, but we have had some more delays in the launching of the DX app for the Android store. We're not able to do the iOS, the Apple version of the app at the moment, but we were hoping to have the DX Trade app live this week from the Google Play Store, but for some reason, I don't know, it's stuck in the Google queue for authentication, or I'm not quite sure, whatever they need to do when they're checking these things through. I'm sure everything's okay, but the technical bods at Google have not given it the green light just yet. So that probably means that it's going to be there for maybe Monday, Tuesday next week. But whatever happens, we will make sure that as soon as it's ready and it's launched, there'll be an email sent out. So another reason to get on the email subscriber list, and then you'll make sure that you get the email sent out, and you'll know when the app is launched. So yeah, that's the update on DX Trade. Next up is to talk about our new checkout page that we've got on the website. This is coming next week as well. It's not quite there yet. The old checkout page was just getting a little bit old and tired, and so certainly because we have a lot of people that buy things on mobile, we've got a new checkout page in development. This is what it's going to look like. Everything's going to stack up neat and tidy on a mobile device as well. So as you're scrolling down, it should be easy to use. So that is going to be coming in the next few days as well, and as soon as that is live, then we will let everybody know too as well. Okay, so now on to something that happened earlier in the week, and to be honest with you, this is kind of like sort of makes you hang your head a little bit when you see this type of thing. There's a big prop firm that's ended their relationship with MatchTrade, or to rephrase, MatchTrade has ended their relationship with a big prop firm in the industry. I'm not going to go into the details around that, but it was really, really sad to see. Now, actually, MatchTrade have been really, really good to us, and we are very grateful to them because they really helped us out when we were in trouble. So I think really, we collectively stand with MatchTrade, and I think that the decision they've made is a good one. This is an industry which has been through a really rough time, and when I saw this at the beginning of the week, I thought, oh gosh, it's yet another blow for the prop industry, which is not a good thing, because the problem is that as these issues and these problems come along from companies, and whether it's something that's gone wrong at the company or something to do with the company going bankrupt, what gets eroded is everybody's trust in the way that the prop industry works. And when you've got a lot of really good companies out there that are really working very, very hard to build forward and build a solid foundation for the future, it's not a good thing. It's not a good situation at all. So it's very, very sad to see. I think what MatchTrade have done, they've made the right decision. They've made the right move by doing what they've done. What we would definitely say is that the FTUK in itself, we want to be a really big player in the prop industry moving forward, and it's an industry probably not dissimilar to the way that the crypto industry has had to sort of go through that early evolution. I think the prop industry is potentially having to do the same. So regulations should be on the cards. We welcome more regulations to sort of give this industry a good sense of transparency and communication, and that is something that we think should be done across the board. So difficult to I can't get into any specific details about it, but I think it's very, very sad to see, and yet another problem for the prop industry, and it's the trust that goes in the end. So if you have had problems with your MatchTrade account, if you've been trading with other firms over the course of the last few days, then we have got an amazing offer for you. If you want to use a MatchTrade account over the coming weeks and you can't, then head over to our website and pump in this promo code U35, and you will have access to a 35% discount, a massive 35% discount on any MatchTrade account, on any size of trading account, and it's for this weekend only. So it is really worth having. But it's only exclusively for MatchTrade. If you are a MatchTrade or a MatchTrade trader and you want that promo, you want that discount, then you can get that. But it's only for this weekend. But also as well, the offer that we did last weekend as well was massively successful. We were really surprised at how successful it was. So we are going to run it again for this weekend only as well. So if you want a 30% discount off all of our funded programs, all of them with 2 add-ons added in for free, then all you need to do is go to the checkout page, and in the promo code box, just add the word Friday, and you'll be able to sign up for any of those instant funded accounts with a big discount and a couple of add-ons thrown in there as well. Okay, right. So we're going to do a little bit of a workshop today as well, just to, sort of start to open the door on some of the ways that the industry works. And what a lot of traders do is that they sign up for prop evaluations and prop instant funded accounts and stuff, but they don't really understand a lot of the detail behind how things are being measured. One of the key measurements is called Trade Expectancy. You can see it here on your screen in front of you. This is an imprint from the dashboard that we have at FTUK, and if you've never used our dashboard, it's really worth having a look at one of our accounts, because the dashboard is just full of all kinds of stuff, everything from news, data and economic measurements and stuff, through to really, really useful statistics on your trading performance. And expectancy is an absolutely critical one. If you are using any sort of strategy, you have to work with a positive expectancy. A lot of traders don't even understand how it operates, so that is what we're going to talk about today. Expectancy is a really important measurement. It's basically where we look at the relative impact of each trade on your account, all the winners and all the losers. What is the overall impact that they are having on your account? If your expectancy is positive, if you have a positive expectancy, then your account will grow over time. If it's not, if your expectancy is negative, then it doesn't matter how well you think you're doing in the short term, eventually the equity curve will start to go down and you will not be successful in the long term as a trader. And that is the important bit of understanding what expectancy is doing for you as a trader. So that's where within the prop industry we use expectancy as a core measurement of understanding how well a trader is doing in the markets. In that sense, we use it as a predictive measurement of understanding what you might potentially be performing like into the future. Now, if you do trade with FTUK, Obviously, we have a whole group of rules that you had to adhere to, but one of those is that you must be trading with a positive expectancy. Now, I had a question about this earlier in the week, asking if you could explain how it works, how it's calculated. So that would be a great bit of content for this week's live stream. Also, as well, I mentioned as well last week as well that we were going to go through all of our one-star traders on Trustpilot and look in a little bit of detail at how some of those traders were actually trading. And there was a while back that was talking a little bit about win ratios and expectancy. So I wanted to put a bit of context around the subject of expectancy, because it's really important to understand what is actually going on under the hood. Okay, so expectancy is basically a measurement of three key things. The first thing is that we look at the percentage of trades that you are winning versus the percentage of trades that you are losing. And this is where a lot of people basically end their journey with expectancy. They label it as being, I have a really high win rate. Yeah. So you'll have people that will say, I win 90% of my trades and only I lose 10% of my trades. So if you look at a basket of 100 trades, then 90 of them would be winners and only 10 would be losers, and that's fine. And it feels like that's a really good way of approaching your trading, but it doesn't actually necessarily mean that you're making money. And this is where expectancy helps you dig under the surface of that. So the first metric that we need to understand is, what is your winning percentage, the percentage of winning trades versus the percentage of losing trades. Second is, this is the bit that gets lost, is the comparative size of profits versus losses. So basically what that means is, if I go into the market today and I buy euro dollar and I make $10 on that trade, and then I do another trade and I lose $10, what I've done is I've equalized that across the board. But the comparative size of my winners is exactly the same as my losers. They are both the same. So what people will tend to do is that they will say they have a very high win rate. Okay, well, that's fine, but if you have a high win rate, it doesn't really mean very much until you compare the size of the profits to the size of the losses. So if you look at this table that's below, you'll see exactly what I mean. You've got 7 winning trades in a row. That's a very high win rate if that was a complete set of a sample size of trading. But look at the loss, only 1 loss and 7 winners, but look at the size of the loss. So we have a $3 win, $4 win, 6, 2, 3, 7, $2 win, and all of a sudden 1 loss of $89 wipes out the entire thing. So it doesn't really matter whether you have a high win rate strategy. If you haven't got a decent comparative size of profits to losses, then you are not going to make any money. This all feeds into the measurement of expectancy. So when you hit your targets on your accounts, the expectancy will show you what that is in comparison to your win rate, and that is the key measurement. The final factor to stick into this equation is the costs of trading, and this is something that nobody ever considers. And it's easy because we all get obsessed with candles and sort of buying and selling and stuff and execution and all of that type of thing. But then you tend to forget that every time you click the button, it is costing you money. So the cost of trades, it has a negative impact on every single trade that you do, no matter whether it's a winning trade or whether it's a losing trade. So we view that as being the cost of doing business, and that is things like the spreads on the actual market that whether you're buying the bid and the offer, and the gap between the bid and the offer. Also, as well, the swap rates as well. They have a factor, or if you want to call it the rollover rate too. That is the same type of thing. You've also got execution slippage as well, which can be a factor if you're using a lot of leverage. And then also, depending on which prop firm you're using or brokerage, you'll also have a commission as well. All of this stuff adds up. The more you click the button, it acts a little bit like the 0 on a roulette wheel. It's adding to the edge that's working against you. So all of that gets forgotten about. So those are the 3 key things that we look at when we calculate trade expectancy. So how do we calculate it? Well, the core calculation, and I'm sure there's different ways that people will dissect a way of measuring expectancy, but the simple way of viewing it, if you want to have a go at it yourself, is to sum all the winning trades, sum all the losing trades, sum all the cost of trading, and then minus the losing trades from the winning, and then minus the cost of trading from that total, and then divide all of that by the total number of trades that you're doing in your sample set, and that number will give you your dollar expectancy for the way that you are trading. So let's have a look at a couple of examples, and you'll see what I mean and how win rate affects the way that expectancy comes out when you add it up over time. So we'll keep it nice and simple. If you look at this example here, if say for example it takes you 100 trades to hit your target, and 85 trades were winners. We have a high win rate. We have an 85% win rate on this particular strategy. But 15 of those trades, they were losing trades, and they were also double the amount that you were winning. So we were losing $15 and we were making $6 every time we'd had a winning trade. Now, although we've got a high win rate of 85%, we have got a positive expectancy when we calculate it all out. So if you add up all of the winning trades, 85 times 6 is 510, and then you minus the losses from those trades, which is $225, and then you minus the total cost of trading. So each trade, whether it was a winner or whether it was a loser, costs us $1, and then so that's $100 over 100 trades. You then minus that and divide it by the total number of trades. We end up with an expectancy of 1.25, and that is the core measurement of what expectancy is. So this is positive. So this way of working over the long run would start to make money. Now, this is what I want to show you why just looking at win rate is not necessarily a good thing, because look at it from this point of view. Same idea, we have 100 trades, but in this example, we have a very, very low win rate, which basically means that every time we're trading, most of the time we are losing. But every time we lose, we only lose $9. Every time we win, we make $104. So we have a really outsized winner. The whole old adage of holding your profits and cutting your losses short, all of that type of thing, yeah? So in this example, with a win rate of only 12%, so only 12 of our trades were winners and 88 of them were losers, you can see that when we add all of that up, we make $1,248 in profits, minus the 792 losses, and then again the cost of trading, which was $1 per trade, which is 100, and then divide all that by 100, and you can see that although we have a very low win rate, we actually have a much better expectancy, 3.56 instead. So you get the idea. So the whole concept of saying, well, I am a profitable trader because I win most of my trades, makes no sense whatsoever until you factor in, well, what is the size of the losing trade that is a component of that strategy? And that's the bit that gets lost by so many traders. And at FTUK, when we're looking at traders over time, when we're looking at their performance, that is something that we are measuring. So the way to think about this is when you then start to add in leverage on top, when a lot of people do trade with a lot of leverage and they'll trade on fast time frames, what that does is it pushes people into a position where they're clicking the button a lot because they've got a lot of money on the line all the time, yeah? So it ends up pushing them into trading a little bit more than they wanted to potentially, and then that starts to increase that cost factor because they're basically accruing more $1 trade costs as they start to increase their trades. All of that starts to add to the edge that's going against not necessarily the strategy, but it is going against the expectancy of the strategy. So now when you couple that with bad fills, if you are trading with a lot of high leverage, the spread, and also if you get slippage as well, if you're trading around an NFP event or something like that, which can happen pretty frequently, all of a sudden you've got a combination of factors which are working against your expectancy. So that's where you can look at a strategy on paper and say, well, this has got a positive win rate and it's got a good expectancy, and then you translate it to the market and you find the expectancy can feel a little bit under pressure. So that is a good look at how expectancy works. Right. Hope that was okay. So that's everything that we've got for today. It's been a good week. Thank you very much for sticking with us, everybody who has been getting involved in the community over the past week or so. There is an awful lot coming up in the next couple of weeks. We have got a trader interview as well, hopefully coming up for next Friday. So I'll keep you in the loop for that, and we will bring that to you next Friday. Other than that, thank you very much for joining us. Have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you all next next week.